Hey friends,
Hello,
it's me, Cynthia.
and Azalea.
Um, we were having technical difficulties, so sorry we're late. We couldn't figure out how to attach the GBE, YouTube, and our other group into one StreamYard. I know it seems obvious.
Well, we were connected before, but StreamYard, for security reasons, disconnected us
Yeah,
from the
so
GBE.
that was stressful trying to figure that out. Fortunately, I didn't break out into horrendous hives right before I had to go on, so that was a relief. So anyway, I hope you guys have been having a wonderful Easter. We spent the day kind of relaxing and making strands and just sort of having a nice chill day. I guess we should have tried to figure out, we didn't realize we'd have to come and deal with all the stuff with StreamYard. We just assumed it was all going to work, which was weird and silly because nothing ever does that when it comes to technology, you know. Anyway, we have a lot of fun things to show you. Did you guys get that email I sent out of my little paper doll?
They did.
I wondered. Oh, there's friends already in here. Alice says hi. Hi, Alice. Diane says hello from San Francisco. Hope you're having a great day. We have been having a great day. Mary says, there you are. Facebook user says hi. Alice says hi from San Diego. I bet it's nice there in California. It's beautiful today. We had rain for like 3 days straight here in Asheville, which was horrendous because then we couldn't go on any walks, or at least I couldn't, and I didn't like that story. So it was not good for anybody involved. So anyway, today we have some fun things to show you. We have gemstone mini strands, and we have silver. And if you're watching for a replay later, maybe you're not going to be able to catch it live. You just have to remember that some of the stuff sells out during the live. So if you can always inquire, and maybe Zelly will know how to do Facebook a thing or the little banner that says the email.
Whenever we do the live sales, we try to be as fair as possible. The only way I can tell who commented first is how it shows up on my screen. So if on yours it looks like your comment came in first to claim a lot, and on mine it looks different, I'm sorry, I guess it's just our connection. But whenever anybody claims something, I write down the first name and the first person and their lot number that they request. I try to make it fair.
So remember, we're streaming through 3 different places. So it's going to YouTube, it's going through the GBE, it's going through our page. Is it our page or is it the club? It's the page, I think. So there's a few places to watch. So when you have all those things, there's different people that you might not see. Like I can't see if, say, someone else is live and I'm watching Kate's thing. On my screen, I'll be seeing what's happening with Facebook, but I can't see what's happening in her group or on the GBE group. Those will be different comments. So keep that in mind.
Tonight I'm gonna watch the live stream from my iPad on StreamYard.com, so I can get the comments from all 3 locations instead of just from the one Facebook and one YouTube.
Now we used to just be able to
connected. But Diane asks, how do you get on your newsletter list?
Oh,
There's a little. Either I can just write down your name and add you on there for you, or you can go to our website and scroll all the way down, and there should be a spot to put your email, and then we can add you onto it.
If you guys if you're not on our email and you would like to be on it, and then you could just message and then we'll send you the link to go get this paper doll that I made the other night. It's one of the things I worked on. So I'll show you. And then, you guys, listen, I had like a moment of complete lucidity when I was walking, and I was like, as if a branch fell on my head. I was like, why didn't I think of that before? And so anyway, I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm going to make... So the big problem with the brads, and this has always been the problem, people have been sending me links to brads, but they're mini. It's still not small enough, y'all. We need the micro, the teeny tinies. They're about 2.5 millimeters wide. That's pretty small. And you need them in order to put these paper dolls together, because if you put them great big ones, it looks weird. It doesn't look good. It looks terrible, in fact. And you might as well not even do it. Or just paste it together at that point, you know. And so I've been looking and searching for different ways to DIY a brad for like 3 years, right? And I found some wackadoodle ideas out there. So some people were saying, hey, you could just take a piece of thick fishing line, take a torch, melt the top, and then smash it as you do the bottom. I was like, this has disaster written all over it. And then some folks were saying, oh, you just take a bead, a pearl, and then take thread and sew it in place. And then you have to make a big knot. And I was like, that sounds kind of like a drag. This doesn't sound fun. It sounds like a drag. No one's going to want to do this. But the other day, I found out a good way to do this. I'm going to demonstrate it. That's just like 3 different ways. And it all hit me at the same time. I was like, oh my God. So I'm excited about that, and I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes. Oh, Sherry says, hello, ladies. I got your mermaid pearl connector, and I love it. Happy Easter. Oh, thank you. Oh, it is Easter. We're going to do something special with Easter, like maybe wear flower crowns or do something festive. Maybe try to like stream from outside or something while it's nice. And then I realized it's cold and wet. And I mean, maybe 50s is not that cold. It's not that cold.
We're sensitive, though.
I don't like to be cold.
Tender skin.
So it just makes my hands ache, so I don't want to do that. But anyway, we'll see. Oh, Diane says, we'll go to the website and sign up. You could message us if you guys want to. If you're into that, you could do it, and we'll go ahead and send you the link, and you can download it, and then it'll be good times. Mary says, your jackets are beautiful. Thank you. I got this from my friend Carter. You guys know Carter. What's her last name? Singh? Is it hyphenated, Greg? Carter?
Siebert.
Oh.
Carter Siebels. Carter Siebels Singh.
Singh. So she has the company called Woman Shops World. You guys probably know that brand. And we met Carter and Avish before this one was born. I've known them a long time. And she goes all over and gets fun things like beads and fabrics and ribbon. And she brought this coat back, or this jacket, and it's reversible. The inside is just plain, just black. But then you can wear reversible. It's so cool.
It's nice.
It is kind of a jacket. I don't wear it that often, but then I thought,
looks cute on you.
Why not wear it?
Facebook user.
Who knows? You could die tomorrow. Might as well enjoy it. Okay, said, hey guys, I'm on your email list, but I didn't get the paper doll. Now, Azalea, last night when she was testing it, said that her message, when she signed up, it went directly to her spam folder for some reason.
The first thing, the order confirmation went to my spam folder, but then a few minutes after I placed the order on the website to test to see if the digital download went through, I did get an email in my main inbox that had the download for the paper doll. So it went through, and if you have any problems with that, you can email me and I'll send you the
She'll
file.
send you so that you can...
Facebook user says, hi ladies, I miss you. We would probably miss you too if we knew who you were, Facebook user.
Maybe you have to give StreamYard permission. That's all. So, Kay...
People might not know how to do that, though.
Okay, so listen. When you guys are downloading this, you can print it on... If you have cardstock, it's better on cardstock. Don't put it on just printer paper, because that's too thin, and that makes it hard. I didn't do Did you do directions on that? Did you put the directions or?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we'll have a thing like a tutorial. It's not hard. It's super easy. So you don't have to highlight that one. So if you guys don't have it, if you didn't get it, you can email us and we will get it to you. I'm not going to do it forever. But
it's only going to be free for a little while. It's always going to be on the website, but at some point
this is a test.
It's kind of it's a gift.
It's a gift
test
test
for a while.
Oh, Joanne Goldberg. I miss you too, Joanne. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you since, I think, Milwaukee. What's Milwaukee, Greg?
Yeah.
Right? It was Bead and Button. I see
We're
Joanne.
We're going to go to Milwaukee this spring, Joanne, so maybe you should go there to the whole beach show.
Listen, we thought that there was only going to be one show in town, and Ava, you guys know, from Whole Beach Show, she's doing
Ava.
Delightful, she's going to do the like Bead and Button. It's not Bead and Button, because Bead and Button is not around anymore, but she's doing a show at the convention center. It's at the same place it's always been, and I'm excited about it. I missed it, you know, going down to the Miller Time, getting some food. I don't drink alcohol, but it was fun to get, you know, mocktails and such and hang with my friends. But if you guys want, you can come see us in Milwaukee. We're not able to go to the other one that I just looked up today. I saw it on our friend. She posted about it. It was from Beadwork magazine, but they're having it like May 27th or some such. And you know what time
We're
that
gonna
is?
be in
We can't
San
go.
Francisco for
How
the
can we do
Cure.
this? Can't do it. So that was sad, and I wish they didn't do that. I wish they combined forces somehow, or did it? I don't know. Not the same weekend, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. So it was a little disappointing that we won't be at the Beadwork show. At least we won't be, because we're going to be in San Francisco with Kate and Chris watching The Cure. It's going to be an epic time. Hopefully, we're going to do something fun. What's this say? Is like you're highlighting it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and read it.
Oh, I got to put my optivisors. Sometimes, I'll read it this. Sometimes when I'm sad, I hold my Green Girl pieces, Green Girl pewter beads, and I feel better. They're all my favorites. That's sweet of you, Rebecca. I love that. It's nice. What a nice thing to say. All right, you guys, are you guys ready to see some stuff?
I think they are.
I think probably. I talked enough. We talked enough. You guys don't need to see me talking. Let's get to it, right?
All
We have a lot to show. And I'm not going to take up your whole night, like, you know, talking so much. So what the first thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to connect it to this thing. And I'm going to show you how I made this Brad situation. All right, I'm going to, you guys pardon me while I flip this. I'm just using my phone. And I'm going to have to figure out how to flip the camera again. You know, what I would love is if StreamYard did this thing so that you could access it from some easier method. Oh, where'd it go? All right. Azalea, look, am I on properly?
Let me see. I was just trying to connect. I was making sure that YouTube is connected.
Yeah, we got StreamYard for the whole purpose of getting on YouTube.
It says it's connected on StreamYard, but I'm just making sure that it is.
All right, this is... Okay, so I painted this with gouache. This is gouache. This is the brand. These are opaque watercolors, so they're highly pigmented. And one of these, let me just tell you, Azalea has my old set, and it looks pretty much the same. I mean, some of the colors are worn down, but this stuff lasts forever. It's good times. I'm going to try and adjust the lighting. All right.
Oh, it worked on YouTube.
We're on YouTube? Is there anybody actually over there?
It worked.
Okay, so the whole problem with this is that you need teeny tiny brads to put these together. So the first thing is when you get that, don't immediately cut it out. The first thing you're going to want to do is there are teeny holes. So you get an awl and you poke the holes out first before cutting, because it makes it so much easier than trying to take an awl and then it's so hard to poke it when it's like this. It's way easier when it's already attached. And the file had 2 of them on there, so you can print out one for a friend. And I'm going to make some samples of things you can do with it. Over the years, people have sent me pictures of the things that they've done. You know, hooked them up to a piece of wire or a shadow box. Now, I can't find...
No! Sorry.
Oh, there you are, daughter.
No. That was an accident. Don't worry about that, yo.
Learning and growing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to figure out how to watch.
Oh, Bonnie says maybe we can enlarge it and use bigger brads. Listen, you're not even going to have to do any of it. You're going to just, you can do that. I'm not really sure how to do that. I think you can just go in and you can hit enlarge maybe. I don't know what kind of printer you have. So anyway, I can't find my cutters. They're in the house somewhere, but I can't find them. So I'm going to have to use these weird Asian food store clippers. You should not do this at home. So I'm going to snip off. This is wire from Softlex. This is about, let's see how much that is. Let's bend it and see. Probably about an inch. Should I get closer? Can y'all see what I'm doing? It's kind of, let's get in there tighter. Alright, so that's about an inch. Now, if I had rosary pliers handy, you guys, if you saw my studio, you'd understand why I can't find anything. Azalea, can you put the email in there at the bottom and let it scroll through so people can, you can figure it? The email that they can email you to at.
Oh.
Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm used to using rosary pliers and these are just not it. I'm going to bend that to make a loop. Let me see. How do you get in there tight? Is that in focus? Okay, we'll try and get there. Put it scrolling at the bottom. Alright. That's supposed to be a loop. I'm going to try and fix it. Okay, so if that were a little bit rounder, that would look better. Okay, so if you have the right pliers, this goes by real quick. Alright, so I'm going to try and get in here and not hit the camera because it's really close to the table. So I'm making a small loop. See that, how small? You don't want it too small or it's not going to work. Then when you have a loop, you bend it like this. And then you flatten that head. Okay, let me get it. So you want that shape. And the two legs down. And then you flatten it like this. I'm flattening it. You see that? It caused the wire to flatten out, smashed nicely. Okay, then I can pinch them closed. And then you can flatten them this way. Okay, and I'm going to trim the legs so they're all the same. You don't need to have one leg that long. Okay, so that's flat and that's flat. And I'm going to put this together on one side. So this only needs 2 brads for this. So this one I have where it sits like this. Sandwich it up. Put it through. Now if you flatten them well enough, they'll fit through there. So, and also what this does is it kind of work hardens your wire. Okay, get in there. And then next layer. So this one's a little clumsy because I'm doing this without my optimizers or anything. Maybe I shouldn't have used my original. Oh well, live and learn, right? And then take one side of the leg, and that's stiff. You wouldn't think so, but look at that. What? I know. Oh my god. And then you push that back. You don't even need that big thing to show. Look at that. Where'd her arm go? There it is. Okay, so I sandwiched that wrong. I meant to put this on the outside. We'll do it over in a minute. I don't feel like doing it right now. Yeah, that would have looked better if I did it the other way. So we'll do another one. Now I did have some beads picked out. Let's look at it again. Oh. Oh, Bonnie says that's perfect. Thanks, Bonnie. It could be more perfect. It could even be, if I had rosary pliers, I'd make that little nubbin super. I had them sitting here, but it's one of those things. I'm all the time misplacing things. I think that I spend more time hunting than anything else. So I just bent that over. And it would work way better if you had rosary pliers that had that complete round. I'll trim that off. Then bend the head. Now you don't want it to make it too small. If it's too small, it'll pop through. So you don't want to do that. So I did that, then flatten. So when I was doing this the other day, it took me like, I don't know. It didn't take me very long to bend a bunch of these. Oh, I'm not even on the thing. I'm trying to squish it flat. And so this part you would, if you had flat nose pliers, that's where it's good. But I'm using this and it's too small. So it works better if you have the right tools. So I flatten those. They're not 100% flat, but it's going to be on the back, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to go through the front of this arm because it's in the front. It's not in the back. So it fits like this. See. I'll redo that other side in a minute. Okay. If those are kind of spread out like that, take your pliers and flatten them again so that they're together. Push through. And then get through her body, her armhole. Looks like I made that hole really small. I didn't make it very big. You got something I can go over there and use, an awl or something handy? Greg, can you grab me that awl over by my tools? That hole I made microscopic. It's so small. Yeah, come on, just bring me the whole thing. There you go. My tool of power. Does anyone need one of these? Greg can make you one. 1/8 inch brads. I don't know. You know, I probably ordered the same ones and they were a little bit big. So I didn't love that story. Okay. I think an 1/8 is what? Can you look it up on that and see how big that is?
What?
If it's the same.
What?
If it's the same as our diameter of brad.
Oh.
I get them at Michael's.
I'm not really sure that.
They're the only people that make them. Okay, so then there's this. Ta-da!
Good job, good job. It works good.
Yeah, so you could put a little string on the back or a wire. And you could flatten those out, obviously. But it works the same. And if you can't find the small brads, there you go. You could do that. And then, get this. I discovered that you could put a bead on it, and it will work as well, but it'll add a little hint of color. So I had some Charlottes, and I put them on something, but I don't know where they are right now. So, let's see. Grab that ruler over there. Oh, hello, Maria. So Sylvia says, using the awl, you did rotator cuff surgery. I did a little bit. All right, so let's see. That might work. 1/8 inch, that might be. I ordered some that were supposed to be 8 inch, but they were 3 millimeter. Scrapbooking brads, they'll work. So you don't have to do that. But if you are having trouble finding the brads, there is an option right there. And you could make them perfect. Mine are not perfect because I couldn't see them that well. But, oh, Sherry says, you can print on heavy vellum for the wings or Yupo. Oh, that would be killer. So they would have a little bit of translucence. Actually, you know what you could print on is wet media acetate. And that's a great thing to use. But this I painted. It didn't take me very long. I like making these. I wanted to make a bunch of them in cats and things. And I had people from overseas asking about doing download. And the problem I had was like, I didn't feel comfortable having a project that you couldn't find the brads for. And they were at the time when I was looking, they were really difficult to locate. And Michael's did email. I sent a message and they were just like, well, we can't You know, we're just making, they discontinued. They used to have teeny star brads, but, you know, it was kind of annoying. They took those away first. Oh, that's cute. Bonnie says, dress designs to put over her with accessories. That's cute. You know what I'm making? I'll show you guys what I was drawing out. This is an ugly drawing, by the way. So, who do you think that is? That's my cat, Marty. I'm going to make a cat or a paper doll cat. And then he's going to have wings, different kinds of wings, a chef hat, a whole bunch of little outfits. Isn't that going to be darling? It's going to be so cute. Cannot wait till I have time to just do whatever I feel like. And I did want to try to figure out how to make them double-sided, but that right now is outside of my abilities. I don't know how to do that where I could line it up and it would be perfect on the other side. So then if you were to cut it out, you would have front and back. I'm not really sure how to do that. I think you would have to do that on the computer somehow. So anyway, that's that. You guys ready to see some stuff that we did all weekend? Ready for that? Oh, Sylvia. Yes, I'm making all kinds of things. And now I have the freedom to make whatever I feel like. It's good times. I'm going to put these away and straighten up my area. Maybe find my tools sometime. Maria says, ready. Mirror function on the printer. Sherry, I don't even know what that is. I don't know. That sounds complicated. But it sounds good. Like I want to know what you're talking about. Like, you know, we'll put her here. She's going to be my study buddy for right now. Do that. All right, Azalea, let's look at some stones. You guys want to look at stones first or what we were working on all week? Let's just go with some stones.
All right, let's start with...
She's passing them over. All right, so here's how this works. So I'm going to show you the strand and the price and everything. You can comment. Azalea will be taking notes. And she's looking at timestamps. So we have 3 different places we're streaming. So if you're not first, then it's because she didn't see it. Okay. So this is a mix right here. I did a gemstone mix. These are emeralds. This is prehnite. And these are rubies. I'm going to put my optovisors on. I can't stand it. No, better. I can see this. You guys, I'm looking through a screen. It's like 3 inches wide. It's so small. Oh, Carla. She just woke up from an Easter lunch feast coma. That sounds good. We didn't have an Easter lunch feast today, but we might do it. So you get these. These are not dyed. None of this is dyed. It's from my private collection of things. And I'm putting them together. And I made these little sets. Isn't that pretty? It's good quality emerald. You don't see that often. So it's $54 for this set. If anybody's interested, it's lot 177. If you're watching the replay, you can send us a message. Azalea, do you know how to do a banner and put it at the bottom and just have it scroll to let people know?
It's on there on Facebook.
No, I know, but you can put it on the screen.
I don't know how to do it on StreamYard.
Oh. All right.
I'm new to StreamYard.
We are new, so...
That's lot 177.
Lot 177. So if you're interested, you can message us.
Or just comment the lot.
Or comment the lot.
That's the way.
Now, if you're watching the replay, don't comment the lot because we won't see it. I mean, we look at it, but it's hard to know what you're talking about, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know what you're saying when you're saying sold. You know what I mean? Because then I have to go back and watch the whole thing. So it's better, if you're watching the replay, to just message us. Okay, so these are Herkimer diamonds. Lot 179. And these, you guys, are... I'm going to get in there close. This is black tourmaline inside that. I picked the biggest, juiciest ones off my strand and put them on there. And these are water clear. Herkimer is in New York. These are actually from Herkimer. I got them from a guy in Tucson at the roadway several years ago. Probably like, I don't know, it seemed like Azalea wasn't even born by then. But this one is newer. These are from last year. I had them and I sold them right away. This is my strand. Oh. Yeah, I love them. I think, to me, I feel like that's a good amount. It has a lot of energy. I know people think that's really wacky, but I don't think it is. I think that there is, pass me the next one, girl. I think there's something about that, the energy of things. And you can kind of feel it. Oh, June says, hi, Cynthia and Azalea. Happy Easter. Hi, June. Look at this business. What do you think about that? This is all amethyst. High grade amethyst. This is not dyed, people. Look at that color. And look at these. They're so smooth and perfect. Little droplets. And so I matched these up thinking, how would I use it? And I put things together from my collection. This is ametrine. If you don't know what that is, you can, let me see if I can get it to where it shows it. Ametrine is citrine and amethyst that is grown together. Isn't that crazy? Beautiful. This, I picked the ones that had, you could see the shift. Oh, sorry. 178 at 92.
Those are some really fancy amethysts. I want that myself.
Yeah. So we weighed these out, and that's, we looked at prices. Some of them I had to remember, so there's probably way better than buying it. So if you're interested, this one is lot 178, and it's 92.
Delicious.
It is, it's extremely delightful.
Lot 178.
Okay, this is something, I finally broke this. I bought a strand. It was strung, so it was a finished necklace. These are Hessianite garnets, and I bought them because they looked to me like brown diamonds, like champagne diamonds, and that's why I picked those out. This is a big sapphire right there, and this is Andalusite from Spain. And this is fun. It has a neat chatoyance. It's a really pretty, like, kind of a weird rusty brown, but in some lights it's a little bit green. And that's lot 176 or 72. Yeah, I know. I liked this. I thought this was really pretty. And these are, this is some, I don't know that you'd even be able to get that now. It's kind of getting harder and harder to find. This is definitely difficult to find. So I bought all that I could on that. I used those on my necklaces, and I dropped them in there very sporadically because they're really pretty. They have a look like imperial topaz. I don't know if you can see that, but in there are little flecks of what looks to me like black tourmaline, and they just don't look like garnet to me. They just look like something else.
Lot 176.
Ronnie says, I agree. You just got to be open to the energy. You know, my friend was coming over yesterday, and so I was trying to do some space clearing and making it nice in the house. And I bought a burn bundle from my friend in town, and she makes these really gorgeous bundles. It's almost a shame to burn them. And it was so aggressive that it filled the house up with smoke. I kind of got out of control with the fire, and I didn't expect it to burn. And it totally, like, I didn't realize it would automatically call the fire department. We have a service, and it was a little stressful. I didn't realize that the fire department was coming to see us. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this. I finally broke up a strand of these. This is a black opal, and I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to get it in focus, but it's kind of cloudy on one side, but it has full of fire. And these are really pretty Ethiopian opals. Kind of catch a flash. Let me see if I can get this light pointed. You can see it in sunlight. It's just hard in this light. Let's see, get that down there. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'm able to see the sparkle.
Which lot is that? 175?
175. So that's pretty good. Those are good opals. Really tasty. I know I love them. I'd make a wedding necklace with that one for sure. All right, pass me the next one. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is lot 174. We have some emeralds. And look at this. Isn't that pretty? I believe it's prehnite. So there's prehnite, but this is a blue-green prehnite. Kind of a rare color for that. I've been saving those for my whole life. And, you know, sometimes you're just like, you know, I don't know. I'm just going to end. Oh, Ruth says, what are the bead size in 175? Let's see, what's 175? It's this opal. So we have on this one, I believe they are, I'll measure it. They look like, about 3 millimeter. And then the opal, the black opal. Let's see if I can see it looks like it is, I need a pair of calipers. About 9 millimeters across. And that's for the Galaxy Opal. Yeah, that's a good mix right there. I hung on to these. I barely used them. I just hoarded them so hard. And I think that's aquamarine, actually. It doesn't look like prehnite. As I look at it, I believe that's a piece of aquamarine. All right.
Is that lot? Which one is that?
I know these tags kind of get away from me. 174. It's 42. Basically, put some extra your filler in there, and you got a nice necklace. Obviously, you can separate them and make earrings. That's initially what I was thinking about. Okay, hit me up with the next one. I'm coming down to the last of these. You guys liked them. This is 2 big sapphires. They're kind of they're the smaller ones on the strand. I haven't even gotten there were 2 bit. They were like a graduated strimmer. They're like this much of great big ones, and then the smaller ones. These I think are really beautiful. Oh, thank you, Greg.
You're welcome.
Look at this.
I'm listening here.
Oh, let's put this to use. Let's see if I can read it. Yeah, I think that's like, what, 8 millimeter? It's hard to see those little itty bitty markings. But these are really pretty blue.
Like
I know.
blueberries.
They are, and they're super. The thing about sapphires is they're usually sold, like when I buy them, they weigh them, and then they give you the price. And so sometimes, depending on who you get it, how much you buy, you get different prices. Now this was hard for me because I wanted to hoard the hell out of these. It's like embarrassing to say, but Azalea was like, you can sell some of them. Now you can't see this. I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of a subtle, but this is so pretty. It almost hurts me. You can't even see that. This is black opal, or what they call Galaxy. So this is 172. These were expensive, y'all. This is not a cheap date right here. And I didn't even mark it as high as they were sold, that you would be, like if you were to go to the bead show, how much, because of the weight. Because they were sold to me for the weight. And I was like, that just seems high. So I marked it down a little bit. But that is a full-on, flashy black rainbow opal, or Galaxy opal, with some black opal on the side. So if you're interested, you're watching the replay. I know, Sylvia, I know. This is, you know, what I originally bought these for, well, one, I was going to put them on my necklaces, but the original thing was I'm going to make, and I'm still going to do this, I'm going to put them on and make like a candy type necklace, or put that in the middle and then have several coming out from the side. Maybe these black, maybe finish it off with like labradorite or something and make a choker type style, or maybe not choker. But then I'm torn. If I put on one of the crochet necklaces and I make it long enough, then I can admire it. So I might do that instead. So with these luscious things, you know, sometimes I make fancier things.
Is that lot 172?
Okay, next. So I had some people messaging about these. These are big, people. These are big. I would not put these with earrings because they're heavy. But look at that. These are sapphires. Now, the thing about sapphires, I know I've told you guys this before. Oops. I didn't mean to star that. So, sapphires are in the corundum family. They're hard. And that's why you get that beautiful hard sparkle. And
Lot 171.
Oh, it's lots 171. And these are great big. Look at that. They're juicy. It's all the same stone. But the color will tell you what they name it. So red or purple sapphire like this is called ruby. And this is just golden sapphire. I've seen it named different things. I like it. It's that kind of a strange color. This one's kind of a multi, or they call it party color when it has that double. And you can see that shift. So that's why I matched those up. I thought those looked good together. But these, if I were to use these, I'd put this like this. And then have stuff coming down, you know. Like, that's a showpiece. I would wire wrap that. If there's any wire wrappers out there, I would totally wire wrap these. And make a pendant out of each one. They're really pretty. Nice and heavy. Hard sparkle. Lot 171. I know, it's kind of pricey, but I actually didn't charge the full carat weight on that. So, it's good. Okay, so here we have some more of these Herkimer diamonds. I put them on with a couple more of those delightful black tourmalated. And so they're drilled all the way through. And then this is gray moonstone. So this one is 42 for lot 168. So if you need some perfect water clear quartz, this is a time to get it. And those two, you can make earrings out of that. Those two right there. Make earrings, and you put back, actually those aren't too heavy. You could put earrings, both of those, just like that. And then have a pendant. 42, lot 168. And these have a really great, they call it chatoyance. Yeah, Lauren, they are a good price for Herkimers. If you saw how much work it was to do it, I drilled some, and that's not easy. They're probably a hardness of 7. I could drill them, but it took a while, and I had to do it underwater. If you guys are interested, I could show you the process of drilling stones. Okay, next azalea. Okay, so I have a couple more of these amethysts. Oh, Lauren, she says, my son-in-law used to mine them. We wanted to do that ourselves, but I never got around to going and doing it. Although we did go to one place to mine, and you know what? We found so many kyanite and rough rubies. We did some mining in Franklin. That's a little bit north of here. So that's 62 for lot 169. This is another batch of amethyst, that pink amethyst. This was really popular last week. These are triple A grade pink amethyst. Gorgeous. And they're perfect cylinders. This right here is really pretty pink tourmaline. It's in a weird cut. I'm down to my last few of these. I bought all the strands from my friend Carter maybe 10, 15 years ago. And I had some of them. They're kind of have a weird shape. Like they're like crystally, but they have a great big hole. So those got a lot of play in my necklaces. And those are those grape colored amethyst. Look how perfectly purple that is.
I love them.
So when you have beads like this, there's a ton that has to come off that's waste, because not all of it is that juicy grape color. And that usually comes from Brazil. I believe those were from Brazil for that colorway. That's lot 169 and 62. Lauren says, very, very hard rock to get through and reach a pocket. Yeah, we were just digging in a creek. Creek digging. Okay, so here's another one of those. This is the last, I believe, of this. I made like 3 strands of the amethyst. Okay, so this is lot 170. And also with those beautiful pink amethyst here. It's not, when I first saw it, I was like, what is that? You gotta know if you can see it, but it has a really soft, pale pink. And then this is a really nice quality amethyst on that. You can see it through that. Grape flavored. Perfect. Just a reminder, if you're watching on the replay, just email the ones you're interested in, because if you hit say sold on the replay, then we're not really sure which one you're talking about. So unless you say the number. So this is another batch. These are a little bit heavier. These are not on the website store. These are happening right now, and they don't usually last after 2 or 3 days. So it's just really labor intensive to take pictures of everything. So these lots are like this right now happening.
You comment the lot, and I take down your name and the lot number, and then I message you after the live.
Did you guys get that? So she will message you. So this is, again, this is a little bit a different color palette. I matched these up because I thought they had a good shift in tone, so that these two work pretty well together. And that is a really good piece of sapphire right there. It's like epic. So this one is lot 167 at 95. Yeah, these, we sold out of this set before last week. It was one of those things where I shared some of my favorites. They are my favorites, that colorway. All right, so this is a strand of, this is some high grade kyanite. This is imperial kyanite in a different shape. This is green tourmaline in that fun, like crystal tourmaline. I don't know how you call that shape. That aquamarine, and one of that delightful, look at that. Isn't that really pretty? Tourmaline. And this one is lot 166 at 70. I know. I'm pretty crazy about this. If you see, what makes imperial kyanite is their inclusions that have a kind of, they look like black tourmaline. But I'm not really sure what that stone is in there. They give it, or that flash. I believe usually it's black tourmaline that grows inside it. So that's lot 166. 70. So if you're interested and you're watching the replay, just message us with the lot number and we'll get back to you. And we'll let you know if it's sold.
Yeah, you can message me. You can either email me at the email that is pinned on the bottom of the screen on Facebook, Azalea Ogden at iCloud, or you can message me through Facebook Messenger.
Okay, so now we're going to go to all the silver that we've been making all week long. We had lots of folks messaging us about the silver, so we made a few more extras this week. I don't know if they'll sell or not. We'll see. We'll just take them to the show. Okay. So this is called the Love Bravely Mermaid. You guys have seen, she's a classic Green Girl Studios piece. Pretty nice. And this is lot 190, $12. And this is sterling. These are also not on the website. We're doing this as stuff that is on our, it's kind of like a show, like what we bring for a show. Sometimes it's a little more complicated to take pictures of every single thing, and we may do that. It may go on the website, but at that point, like, we try to do a little bit of a discount when we do these live events. So that is lot 190 at 12. All right, let's see. I've had people asking about this. Came off. Okay, so this is lot 182, and this is a B clasp. So this is kind of heavy. I don't know how much silver that is, but it's a lot, and it works like this. It's one of our favorite clasps, and it clicks into place, and it's very secure. This is something that you would want to use with some big fancy stones, something you are really pleased about. If you're going to put a $50 clasp on it, you want something fancy for that. Maybe big faceted amber. I would put that with it.
That's lot 182.
Lot 182.
Sterling
Usually we
silver.
don't make this in silver, by the way. We usually only ever make it in bronze. So that, if you're interested, now's the time. Because I
Not on the
rarely,
website.
it's not on the website. We've probably made a handful of these over 20 years, not many at all. All right. Okay, this is one of my favorite clasps. This is the koi pond. And we usually make this in Shibuichi and bronze. So we did a whole bunch of clasps this week. This is 181, it's 28. Has a beautiful, the beautiful sterling. We cast everything here. Beautifully finished.
Lot
It has that
181.
warmth of sterling that is so good. I know I'm pretty crazy about it. This one I would easily put with. So I've been working on this necklace. I showed it to you guys before. But sometimes it's good to have an example to see how it would look. So I would pair this with one of these. So you can visualize. And there's where you would attach through this hole here. Deborah says, do we comment sold and lot number? Yes.
You don't have to say the sold part. Just
You don't have to say,
the
just,
lot number.
you can just say the lot. And so that's how that would work with this. And this is one, now I make these clasps extra fancy because I like to be able to turn my necklace at any point. See? So that if the clasp falls in the front, I don't mind. And in fact, I designed it to do that. So that if I want this section to be seen on my necklace, like if I'm wearing it in the front, I would just put the clasp towards the back. And this clasp is not so heavy that it will always sink to the front. Not, I mean, with that big heavy B clasp, that's something like you would put that, I would totally put that on a bracelet with big old thick chunky turquoise and amber. All right, so that's lot 181. It's $28. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, this is a popular one with designers. I've been selling this for many, many years. And I've only ever made this in sterling, Shibuichi, and bronze. Never made this in pewter. This just works better, I think, in the nicer metals. So this is lot 180. It's 42. It's a nice, heavy-duty, thick silver piece. It looks awesome in the front. Now, if you were to do that in the front, let's visualize. You put it like this. So say you have your necklace coming in, right in like that. You could do it, and I've seen this, and I've done this myself. You know, There might be a couple of each. We did, I think 3 of each on some of them, but I don't know exactly how many. Some of they're in the tumbler right now. So we made 2 full flasks of pieces. So if you attached it here and you had your bird on this side like this, it is very easy to use chain and come down through this side. So this is your focal, and then you can attach something. I did a stringing project where I made a removable pendant, and it was on a hook. And so you would just hook it on there, and it had a big spray of gemstones. So that makes it like the focal and your clasp. But then I took it off if I wanted to wear it on the back. Or it looks good like this too. And it'll stay, you know. So when your clasp travels around your neck, it looks good. That's why I even made them this way. In case you're wondering, I want my clasp to not just be function, but pretty. 42, 180. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so Greg made a handful of these. These are $12. This is lot 196. That's silver. It's nice, heavy. This is a good one for bracelets. It's a really good one. I like this with leather. Or if you do weaving, this is really good for that. So it's a nice thick quality. Oh, Bonnie says, they are my favorite and I love the silver. I do too. I like this clasp. I'm really happy with it. So it's only $12. That's a great deal. Sometimes if there's more labor in the wax work, like if there's a bunch of cleanup and it takes a long time to clean it, there'll be a little, it's not sold by the gram weight. It's kind of like labor. We have to factor that in of the time. So if you're interested, $196. And I think there's like 5 or 6 of these floating around. So if you're watching the replay, there's more than one. Just email. Azalea's dropping that email. Okay. This is fun. So this is that carat I made. It's $18, $187. So if you need a sterling silver carat with a face on it, here's your chance. I usually sell this in pewter, so if you're interested in the pewter one, it's on our web store. But if you have somebody that you know that is like a carat person, there's only one of this one. I didn't think there'd be a huge demand, but I thought someone might want that. It's got a little face on it. It's subtle enough where it's not over the top. But it's a good one if you have a friend in your life that's into gardening. But it is kind of a heavy piece. It's not super lightweight. It's a nice, good-sized charm.
That one would look good on, you're making that little garlic charm too.
I know. I'm making a bunch of fruits and vegetables.
If you put together a necklace of like a garlic, a carrot, maybe a bunny, it'd be cute.
So this is an old piece, and I love it in silver and in bronze. This one is from a painting. If you guys are familiar with Hieronymus Bosch, he's a medieval painter that painted scenes of heaven and hell. And what was interesting to me that I noticed was that this little key turns up a lot in his paintings. It's on the belt of Jesus when he's looking at Adam and Eve. In that painting, when they're looking at paradise, they're all standing around. And I'm just kind of curious. I guess keys did look like that. So anyway, I made my own in pewter, and then I made a handful in sterling. I don't think there's a ton of these, but if you're curious how this one would work, I have made this where I strung it like this and then hung things from that. So that part was the area where I was dangling, or it's just good as a pendant like this. I've made many necklaces like that. It just has a nice charming shape, an ancient shape. I wonder, and I still wonder, what's in the box that Hieronymus painted all those centuries ago that had such a cool key. Oh, Carla says that carrot would be cute with a bunny on a charm ring. Yeah, it would. That's darling.
That's what I think. That would be cute.
Okay, so this is lot 189. And this is that, the mushroom shape. This one's a little heavier than the previous one. There's a little bit more meat on it. So it's a little heavier. It has this part, if you look on the side, it's a little thicker. So this one would be great with heavier stones. You don't want to put a thin, weak clasp for heavy stones. And if you've been seeing those awesome bracelets like I've been seeing on Instagram, there's a few people out there that make killer sterling heavy bracelets and they go for $200 or $300 a piece. This is a clasp that I would match with that. I would put it with leather and then maybe chain, like a total Sundance type situation. This is $18 to $189, lot 189. I know, looks good. Has mushroom vibes. Well, that's what it was inspired by, mushrooms. You guys know I'm pretty crazy about them. Mushrooms, I actually don't like to eat them that much or forage and eat. I just like the look of them. I know, weird. I like to take pictures of them and then alter them or develop them, as I like to say, on my iPad. This is $24. It's a beautiful moth butterfly type shape. Lot 183, $24. Look how beautiful it is. I usually have this in pewter, and it has, if you look close, you can see a teeny, let me see if I can get that in focus. If you can see it, there's a little bitty face right there. Isn't that so cute? It has my star on the back. This is nice weight. And I think I have several of these. Oh, the carrot. That was lot 187 for the carrot with the face. 187. Melissa says, did you see my comment for 181? Azalea, she's writing everything down.
Melissa for 181. I didn't see Melissa's first. For 181, I saw Bonnie Francis first.
Well, we might have several, and I think there are several. Greg made like 3 or 4 of each, so.
Okay.
Okay, what did this go to?
That was Melissa for 181.
This is empty. There's no snakes. I had a few snakes, but I don't feel it in there. Oh, there it is. So Greg made these for me, but I'll share with y'all. This is a little face. Isn't that cute? It's $11. That's solid silver. I got one in my pocket. Let me see if I can find it. Put one in my pocket earlier because I was going to show you guys the difference. Okay, so this has been riding in my back pocket, my front pocket all day. And they look almost the same. But you know what? This one's heavier. Isn't that weird? Same sculpture, but the metal is different. And it's silver. It has a little bit more of the oxidation, but I'll wipe that down and it'll give it that good glow. So this is one of my favorites. I make a necklace with this, and I put 4, let's see, I don't have any, I sold them all, but I put 5 rounds like this, and then a bunch of silver pieces, and it's an adjustable necklace, and I sell that, usually in bronze, or some in pewter to have a different cost. But that's the pewter one. The pewter one is on our website. The silver one is not. If you want a silver one, you can say lot 198, and I think we made several. There's a bunch in the Tumblr, so we will message you after.
A bunch of people are commenting how much they love the carrot. That's lot 187. That one's not been claimed yet.
No, it was.
187?
I thought it was. Somebody claimed it.
I don't have notes for 187.
Kim.
Oh, you know, it's annoying because I can't...
You can't see it?
I can't see that one. Which Kim?
Kim Neal Carnes.
Okay, perfect.
Now, I don't know if you guys are interested in this. This is the one I make for myself. So I made this for very lightweight pieces, lightweight necklaces that I wanted to be able to do an adjustable necklace. Let me show you what I mean by that. All right, so say you have, say you want to put a extender on a piece. So sometimes I'll make a nice necklace, and sometimes you don't want to wear it where it's up to your throat. You want to have a little bit of room to breathe. So I put an extender. And this guy, if I get the right chain, this might be too small. I just had this sitting there. You can get in there and do like this, see? And do that and be able to extend it. And so the snake, it has a detailed face. It's friendly. It has a friendly face. It looks good. Nice pattern. And this will wear well and not come apart. Because it's silver, it bends a lot less than pewter. But even in pewter, I made it thick enough where it doesn't bend super easily. This part can. I wouldn't put this with like in pewter with heavy beads, but I would put it with maybe this one. But this is, I think of as like a midweight clasp. And so 197. So I'm sharing some of these. I usually hoard these for myself in silver, but I'm willing to share. Oh, we have on 198. Melissa says, are you seeing that comment, daughter?
She would like to. I made note of that.
Okay. So if you're interested in this, 197. And I think there's a few. This would look good with a mixed gemstone bracelet. Like I put one like this. This is my mixed gemstone. I made this on a live a few weeks ago. And I didn't have any of these, but this is what I usually put on because it's kind of an easy one. Easy one to wear. It doesn't get hung on a bunch of things. And this one doesn't either, but it's a little, this is just more substantial. This is more adjustable. That's what makes this one a good one. So if you want to put an extender, it's perfect for that. All right, what else? There's actually several things. Okay, there's one of these. Greg rarely makes these. This is one that I made first in PMC, so it has that real thin feeling. It's Shibuichi 149 and 22. Sylvia says, if one of your pewter pieces becomes a little oxidized, can it be cleaned with a polishing cloth? Yes. You can use polishing cloth. You can use a toothbrush. A brass brush is a little aggressive, and it might give it too much of a matte finish. But you can easily polish it. This you could polish, and you get that. This side, you can see it. It has a kind of a burgundy and a rosy color. So Shibu is silver and copper alloyed together. We mix it ourselves. And she gets a really nice, once it's been worn and it goes kind of peachy on top, it'll make the details pop. I might go over that with the buffing wheel later. So that's $22. Lot 149. Yeah, we just don't make that one. It's kind of fiddly to make. And here's one. I made these in brass not too long ago. My friend Jess had some made for me in brass. And I generally made them in sterling. Because some of these clasps, you might wonder, how come are some in pewter and some in silver or other metals? Well, pewter is a pretty soft metal. So if you have something like this, this is not ideal for pewter. You don't want that because it's bendy. Pewter has a little bit more bend. And you don't want to trust expensive stones to something that might break. So that's why I make some things only in silver or bronze and not in pewter. This one I thought would be killer with pearls. And then
That's lot 184.
Drops on that. Imagine it with chain coming down. So these, you could actually thread things. And I made a really cool necklace with kyanite and pearls, and I sold that in San Francisco a couple years ago, and it came out good. So this is pretty detailed, pretty nice. So if it flips, it's not ugly. And this is a very durable, sturdy clasp. So it has that function like this, kind of like.
That which one show the lot number?
Oh, that's 184, 46. And it's
Sterling
heavy.
silver.
It's a heavy piece. It's not, it's not lightweight. And there's a lot of labor that goes into making this with all these cutouts that you got to go through and trim. And one of the tentacles comes up and makes the loop on each side. I like to make it where it doesn't have like a separate bail. I like it to look more sculptural. So that is Lot 184. Okay. What's next? Bonnie says, I don't know how you keep coming up with all these metal piece ideas. Well, I just like making things, so that works out for me. This is one Greg made a long time ago. This is lot 185. It's 22. This would be great for a charm dangle. If you want a charm holder, you could put a bunch on this. I did a stringing magazine project where I hung a bunch of pieces from chain and different materials and seed beads, and it looks really good. This would also be a great lariat if you had to put something through a lariat, of course, is where you would have this like hung like that, and then your beads would pass through, and then you would have a stop bead at the end. So this could also function as a clasp or a lariat. A lot of function with these types of things. And it's detailed all the way around. Looks great. 185. Yeah, this is one of my favorites to work with. And it's especially good for a link. So I like to do one where I'll put the necklace like this on this side, and then I'll put a gemstone in the middle. So you have an action like this. And if you have another one on this side, it looks even better. But you could do mixed. I like a mixed look. So lot 185, and it's 22. Okay, we only have a few more left. Let's see what we have here. $14. This is a nice little heart, lot 193. And it says, think of me on the back.
That's cute.
In silver. Isn't that pretty? What a lovely little charm. 193. Looks good. This is an old design. One of my early ones. I made necklaces with this with those teeny tiny pearls. Do you guys remember those from the 90s? The little pearls that you could go through. And you could fit, they look like rice. And I used to make necklaces with that. And they look good. So this is an that's a forget-me-not. Those are usually blue. That's what the flower is on there. There's a cheesy story I remember reading about forget-me-nots involving a knight trying to lean over a cliff to get a forget-me-not flower. And when he fell to his death, he yelled forget-me-not on his way down. That's the old legend with that. Some part of me thinks that might be some baloney, but you never know. So maybe someone was desperate to get those flowers. So here is a beautiful piece that says, the best hearts are ever the bravest. Lot 186, and has a beautiful little horse running, jumping over a star. This one kind of gives me like something you would see in Sundance. Sundance vibes. I made this one right after 9/11. Kind of like a piece to get the devil out, like they say. The high emotion. I have a few of these. This is $12, lot 195. Look at that festive little seahorse. Isn't that cute? And it says Grace on the back. Nice shape, size. This looks so good after it's been on a piece for a while. It gets that nice rainbowy patina. You know, when you're in a place like in a damp place, you get that kind of liver of sulfur rainbow. I know, I'm pretty crazy about this one. Yeah, Bonnie, I know. She says, I have sold that one several times. People love that. It is a popular one. We made several. So there's like, I think he made 5. There was a lot that fit on the flask. So there's several. This one came out really good. It's a popular one. Never gets tired. Okay. This is one Greg made a long time ago. And it says safe. And this is the Safe Angel pendant. So originally I had made this in a different way. It was a little bit different looking than this. I don't even remember what it looks like anymore, but the mold broke and we had to redo it. So I think Greg made it. Yeah, he did. There's his signature. $14. Looks good. It has that kind of feel of something that has that sort of, like it's radiating goodness. See how those little light rays? If you guys don't know, Greg comes from a very religious background. He can recite all these biblical quotes. So there's a few in our early work that have that kind of flavor. Okay, we're coming down to the last ones. I can always tell when it's getting to that point, my throat starts to get itchy. Okay, so this is $16. This is a nice butterfly piece. And it says dream on the back. This has a hole at the bottom, right here, drilled at that point, right here. And that one is good to dangle something that's like, let me see, I would put, I don't know if I'd go that big. But you see what I mean? I like having a dangle on things. And so wouldn't that be good right there? Maybe this size would be better. Let's look at it. Yeah. So I designed this so that when you have it on the chain or whatever, you have one little dingle dangle at the bottom. Or it could accommodate several. That hole is about 1 millimeter. Maybe 1.5 millimeters. So you could put easily soft flex or a spray, a small tassel. You could put a jump ring and then put a bunch of things on there so that you wouldn't have to do just one. There's a lot of design potential with that. And that is lot 191, $16. Okie dokie. And I think this is the last one of the evening. Yeah, Carla, one of those amethyst drops would be perfect. I made a pair of earrings and they looked good. So this one, this is a lariat mermaid. I made this with the intention that, okay, let me see if I can get in there. So there's a loop at the top that's made with her hair, right? And you could make this into a clasp. It could work as a clasp very easily. But I liked the idea of it being like, so it hooks here. And then let me see if I have a strand of something I can run through there small. Okay. All right, so these are some African trade seed beads. So you would put that through. Get in there. So it's like this. Picture it without that thing on there. And it holds on. And generally I've used this with pearls. I make beachy necklaces with this. And I sell a ton of them in like whenever I go to Florida. So it works well with that. And what I would do to stop it so it doesn't keep going and choke you out is a stop bead. And that would be one that would not fit through here. So when you're taking it out, it's easy to pull it through and it stops when you have a bigger bead. So it would be exactly whatever, you know, if you're designing it, you would have, you know, several styles or different threading, not styles, but, you know, different shapes of beads you could get away with very easily. So if you have pearls on this side, you can go in and even do leather. You could go in halfway through or around the neck part and then have some other things hanging down so you could loosen it to get it on and off. Or you could make it where it just slides out completely. I like it when it just opens just enough to get your head through, so it also functions as a clasp. But it doesn't necessarily have to fit through there to come out. But it's a design option if you wanted to.
Which one is that?
This is, oh,
Bought
$192.
for
$12.
That's a good price.
Mm-hmm. It is a good price. Yeah, because this one's kind of a fussy one to make. And so her back is detailed even. You see that? So you can see her back, and her arm is on this side. Now her little face. So she's pretty well detailed. There's a lot of things going on in that. It's a little charming, cute little piece. Or you could just do it where you would use it as a charm, and then you could dangle other things through it. And so she's kind of a charm holder. That's the function of that. I'm actually making a clasp now of a mermaid. I'm carving it now. So Carla says, I have 5 graduated drops I've hoarded a while. I bought them for earrings, but didn't know what I'd do with the single one in the middle. Well, there you go. You could put it, dangle it from, especially if they're really nice, you could get the biggest one and showcase it. All right. So that was lot 192. Yeah, Nancy, leather or chain with a pearl on the end. I know, there's so many things, and it's easy. And you can say it's silver, too. So I have a few of these if you're interested. This is a really good price. I usually, if I put this on my Etsy shop, since Etsy takes a little chunk out, I mark them up. So if I took this to a show, I would put this probably at 15 or 16. But since it's during our live sale, we had some. If we can get away with charging a little less, then we did. So that's that. Okay, that was the last of our weekly silver drop. Did you guys like that? If you did, you can give me a thumbs up, because that would be nice. And if you guys have a moment, we would really love it and appreciate it if you shared and liked or commented our video. That helps us get some traction, maybe grow our group a little bit. Angela, she said, dang it, I missed most of this. You can do a replay.
And any lot numbers that you're interested in, write them down as you're watching it, and then send me a message of the ones that you want, and I'll take your name down.
Yeah, did you hear that? Oh, so I have a bracelet kit that's of this story that I've been putting together, but it takes a while to get all the different kinds of beads because I didn't go to just one vendor to get the different ones. Some people are just specializing in a few different beads, or like the weird ones. And I definitely love it when I can find specimen grade pieces. Okay, so let's see. Azalea, you going to hit me with you want to turn the...
Oh, I was just collecting some of the things. Here are the giveaways you can show people. I'm just putting some of this, organizing it back so it's easy when I'm filming.
Okay, so here's some of our... Oh. Kathy says, I would love to see a bear pendant. That's not the first time I've heard that. I made a little bear for Asheville, and it looks really cute. But I did not make it in silver. So we can make some. I made that float across there. So this week we have a few giveaways. This is from my print collection.
Oh, did you show this at all anytime?
Yeah, I did. It's from my print collection. I drew that. And I drew this.
Those prints are signed, too.
Nice. You know what I'm going to do? I had my printmaker guy, I had him print this out on watercolor paper, and I am going to paint over it. I'm going to make a painted. Isn't that pretty? So these what we have. Oh, Nancy says she'd like 2 of the mermaid rings, lariat, if possible. Greg fit a bunch. We had a lot of we put like some big ones on the bottom, like a few of each of the big ones.
Which mermaid ring? Is the one
That
that we showed?
laureate, that last one.
This one?
Let me double check.
Show her.
Nancy. Is this the one you're talking about, Nancy? Oh, thanks, Carla. She said, I just shared to the Beady Bunch Facebook group. Thank you. Appreciate it. So here's one that we had packaged up. This, you can see this kind of packaging at, well, we used to do when we got that really good gig with Hobby Lobby. I know. Can you even believe that that happened? It was awesome. It was not made in China. It was U.S. made. So here are 3 giveaways. And then I have, let me see. I'm going to, so for everybody, for the orders placed this evening, I have these 3 that will be poked into, dropped in randomly. We'll take the packages and we'll put those in. So 3 people will get one of these. That's on that. So that's how my giveaway is going to work on that. Just because the shipping on some of this started to get a little bit hectic when we were doing it. And we had like 10 giveaways, and then at the end of it was
when
like...
we were doing giveaways where people were playing the game to guess, some people were messaging me and getting upset because they thought that their comment was first.
I know. Sometimes, though, you guys have to remember that we're streaming through 3 places, so you might not see what's happening on YouTube.
I get in the comments, but they come in at different times for different, internet connection.
Yeah, the internet connection. So for the first giveaway, if you guys would like, for the mermaid print, I take these to shows with us, and that's where I usually sell them, because I don't like to package them up for the website for some reason. I don't know why. All right. Let's see. What did you think of, Azalea, for the giveaway? You want to guess a number?
I think we can just put them in people's packages.
No, people like the guessing ones for 3 of them.
You can pick a number and pick
Okay.
people, 'cause it
So
works
you
better that
guys
way.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 30. And this is for this one. If you guys want to start naming nuts. That's a reference from the show, Best in Show. Numbers are coming in. I am watching them. I'm looking. Oh, I see the number. The number is 29. Bonnie, how did you know I was thinking about that? So this goes to Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. All right, we're gonna have to figure out. Someone did say that I needed to get like a bingo thing, and that would be fun. Okay, so next we have this cute little mermaid button.
That's the octopus button.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at it, and I was looking at the mermaid up here, and that's what my brain said. It's an octopus, y'all. Don't listen to me. I actually, when I'm looking at this, the StreamYard thing on my phone is this wide. And so it's really hard to see. Okay, so I'm going to think of a color, and it's going to be a random weird color. So that's going to be this, a color. I gave you a hint. Oh, Sherry says, love Best in Shows. The characters kill me. You know, that movie, I find myself all the time contemplating that.
Thinking about that movie?
I love that movie. Nancy says, thanks. Did you get my email, Azalea, about combining?
I can combine all your
she
orders.
can combine.
Whenever I do fill orders on Shopify, there's your name at the top that shows that you have more than one order on the site, and then I just combine them. Unless you email me and say that you want things faster than the other things are being made, then I can separate them. You know.
I'm reading comments. Lauren, was she the first to say chartreuse?
The first person to say chartreuse?
Because I was thinking
Lori,
of it. Whoever was first, look at the timestamp.
Yeah, it looks like
There's
Lauren
a lot. You guys
Rachelson
knew what I was
first.
thinking about, probably because that was on this card.
Good job, Lauren.
So she wrote that down. And the next one. So also remember, in the packages, we're going to drop these 3 coins in, one in each of the packages. So you might get one. That's your free inside. That's how I'm going to do the other giveaway. just so I don't have to have a bunch of extra packaging and priority mail shipping. So awesome, Lauren. You get that. Okay, so for my last one, this nice card here, I'm thinking of an animal. Animal, you guys. Do you guys know me? You might know the animal I'm thinking of. That was from 2 weeks ago, Azalea.
I couldn't be thinking of the same animal all the time.
I know. I know. I see animals coming in. Let's see if anybody knows me. I think somebody knows me. Let's see. Nancy. Is she the first person to say cat? Because she would be correct if that was the first person. Meryl knows me too. So I think Nancy and Meryl, I think they got that.
Nancy Sicoccio.
Mm-hmm.
Got what? We'll give away.
This one.
That one was the last one.
Mm-hmm. But I want to send
Lauren
2.
Rachelson.
No, that was this one.
Mm-mm.
No, it was.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes. So Nancy and Meryl, they get a print. I'm going to give them 2. I was feeling generous, much to the annoyance of Azalea. You're writing those down, honey?
Mm-hmm.
I'll package them up. I'll package it so it's not so
No,
annoying.
you are not.
No, I'll do it, I promise.
Absolutely not.
I will do it, I promise.
No, I would rather you didn't. She don't know how to package it good.
Nancy, oh, I thought you said you never won anything. Oh. Nice. Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. I want you to be happy. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm about give out. So I don't know if I want to turn the camera on and you guys see me in all my glory. And by glory, I mean I'm kind of getting a little sweaty and a little bit, I need to take my jacket off. So I would like to thank you all for showing up on an Easter Sunday to hang out with me and Azalea and Greg. And I would say Max, but he kind of hides out. He's very, very introverted. He's a very introverted boy. He's just like his mama. So, oh, thank you, Bonnie, for showing up. You guys are the best. And we really love it when you guys share our videos and photos and everything. If you get a chance and you're feeling like you want to help us out, hit the share button. It's pretty easy to do. And it might help some more people join our delightful little club. Max is in the background, Nancy. He doesn't like to be seen or heard. He just wants to do his own thing. All right. So I'm going to put these aside. And I'm going to turn, I was going to say I was going to turn the camera, but we could do this. You can see Azalea. There's Azalea.
Hello.
And she is going to say bye to you all. And thank you all for joining us and being our friend.
I'm counting up your orders now, and you guys should get email invoices or a Facebook message or whatever way I can find to contact you.
Yeah. Tell what happens if you are watching a replay.
Oh, if you're watching the replay and there's something that you want, there's a chance that it has not been claimed, or we can just make you another one. And so you can just email me or send me a message or any way you would like to contact us, and I can take down your name and, open an order for you.
Awesome. Melissa says thank you. No, I say thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you all. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And be safe out there. And we'll be getting ready for seeing you next week. So have a wonderful evening, you guys. Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.